Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to jailbreak a PS4 running firmware up to version 12.02. So if your PS4 is running on any version below that, this tutorial will also work for you. In this guide, I'll be using the Lua Auto Hen script, which means you won't need a computer or internet connection to activate Hen every time. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. Before we start the jailbreak process, we need to prepare a few things. You'll need to use a backup save file made by someone else that includes a game save patched with the Lua loader script. You can get it from this link. It's most likely from Modded Warfare because I found it through one of his tutorial videos. Even though I mentioned earlier that you won't need a computer or payload sender to activate the jailbreak, you will need it for the initial setup. After that, we won't need it anymore because we'll create our own save game that automatically loads the jailbreak. I'll show you how to do that too later in this video, so go ahead and download the PS Remote Lua Loader app by Master N9. And also grab a payload sender like the one from Alizif or Netcat GUI, both will work. We'll also need the HENVTX payload, since currently there's no Gold Hen payload available for firmware versions above 11.00. Alright, I've already downloaded everything I need. Next, we'll need a Lua-compatible game. At the time this video was made, there are already 14 Lua-compatible games that you can use to jailbreak your PS4, and more may be added to the list over time. Since these are Japanese region games, you can purchase them from Japanese online stores like Zen Market, PlayAsia, or other similar sites. Once you have everything ready, we can move on to the next step. First, we're going to restore the PS4 backup save file that we downloaded earlier onto our PS4. Keep in mind, this process will overwrite any existing save data on your PS4 and replace it with the one from the backup. So if you still need your current save data, make sure to back it up first. If not, you can skip this step. To back up your save data, first plug a USB flash drive into your PS4. Make sure it's formatted to exFAT and has enough space. Then, go to the Settings menu. Select System, then Backup and Restore, and choose Backup. If a message pops up, select Yes to continue. Here, you can choose which data you want to back up. To speed up the process, I'm only going to back up the save data, since that's the most important part. Feel free to choose whatever fits your needs. After that, hit Next. Then select Backup to start the process. During the backup, your PS4 will restart. Once it's done, unplug the flash drive from your PS4 and plug it into your computer. You'll see a folder named PS4, which contains your backup data. Go ahead and copy that folder to your computer just in case you need it later. Now that we've backed up our current data, we're going to restore the save data backup we downloaded earlier. First, delete the existing PS4 folder from the flash drive to avoid confusion. Then, copy the PS4 folder from the downloaded backup onto the flash drive. Next, plug the flash drive back into your PS4. On the PS4, go to Settings, then System, then Backup and Restore, just like before. But this time, choose Restore. You should see the backup file detected on the flash drive. Go ahead and select Restore to begin the process. Just like during the backup, your PS4 will restart once the restore process is complete. Okay, the restore process is complete. As you can see here, the profile name has changed to Modded. At this point, we're ready to activate the jailbreak. First, insert the Blu-ray disc of the Lua-compatible game. Since it's the first time, let the game installation process finish completely. Once that's done, we need to connect the PS4 to a network. But this is only temporary, just so we can connect the PS4 to our computer over a local network. Before connecting to the internet, make sure to disable the automatic downloads feature under the system settings. This is important to prevent the PS4 from automatically downloading a firmware update. Now go ahead and connect your PS4 to the network, either via Wi-Fi or LAN cable. In my case, I'm using Wi-Fi. Enter your Wi-Fi password if needed. Once connected, we need to take note of the PS4's IP address, because we'll need it later. To find it, go to System, then System Information, and you'll see the IP address there. Make sure to write it down. Now go back to the PS4 home screen. We're going to start the jailbreak process. Before we continue, here's some important info. Most Lua-compatible games will automatically trigger the Lua script as soon as you launch the game. However, in some cases, you may need to manually load the game save from the Load Game menu to trigger it. Now let's launch the game. As you can see here, the Lua script runs automatically. Now we're going to activate the jailbreak and HEN. For that, let's move over to the computer. Make sure your computer is connected to the same local network as the PS4. Then, launch the PS Remote Lua Loader application. Enter your PS4's IP address in the PS IP field and make sure the PS option is set to PS4. Now we're ready to begin the jailbreak process. I'll arrange the PS4 screen so we can see the process side by side. The first thing we're going to click is the Lapse button. A new window will pop up. Make sure you see the message Root FS Access and Jailbroken. That confirms the jailbreak was successful. If you don't see this or if there's an error, restart your PS4 and try again. Once the jailbreak is successful, close the window or press any key to exit. Next, click Bin Loader, because we're going to send the HENVTX payload to the PS4. A new window will appear, showing listening for payload on port 9021. When that appears, launch the Payload Sender app that we downloaded earlier. Minimize the Lua Loader window. Don't close it. If a Windows security warning pops up, click More Info, then Run Anyway. Now enter your PS4's IP address here as well. For the port, use 9021 as shown earlier. Then choose the HENVTX payload that matches your PS4 firmware version. In this case, I'm selecting the one for firmware 12.02. Click Open, then click the arrow button to send the payload to the PS4. On your PS4, you'll see two notifications pop up. This means HEN has been successfully activated. Once that's done, you can close the Lua game by pressing the PS button on your controller, then pressing the Options button and selecting Close Application. At this point, we've successfully jailbroken the PS4 and activated HEN. However, the process still required a computer and a bit of effort. As I mentioned at the beginning, we'll be using the AutoHEN Lua script, which eliminates the need for a computer or payload sender altogether. To do that, the first step is to install the Homebrew app Apollo Save Tool, and now we're heading back to the computer. I'm now on the website that provides Homebrew apps for PS4 and PS5. Let's go ahead and search for Apollo Save Tool. Click the thumbnail, then click the download button right here. Once the file is downloaded, copy the .pkg file to the root directory of your flash drive. I'm using the same flash drive as before. After that, safely eject the flash drive from your computer and plug it into your PS4. On the PS4, go to Settings, scroll down to the bottom, and select Debug Settings. Then choose Game and go to Package Installer. You should see the Apollo Save Tool.pkg file detected here. Simply select it to install. Once the installation is complete, go back to the PS4 home screen. You'll now see the Apollo Save Tool app icon has appeared. Alright, now I don't want to use the modded user profile from before, so I'm going to create a new user profile. I'll delete the modded user later, once we're done with everything. Let's create a new user profile. Go to the Power menu, then select Switch User, and choose New User. Click on Create a User, then Accept, and hit Skip. Now enter the name for your new user. I'll just leave it as User2. Hit Confirm, and done. We're now logged in as User2, as you can see in the Profile section. But we still need to activate this new user profile because it's not active yet. To activate it, we'll use the Apollo Save Tool. So, go ahead and launch the app, then choose User Tools. From here, select Activate PS4 Accounts. You'll now see two user accounts listed. The one we just created, user 2, still has an account ID of all zeros. That means it's not activated yet. Select it to activate. Apollo will generate a random account ID. You can customize it if you want, but I'm just going to leave it as default. Click Done. Now you'll see a message confirming the user account has been activated. However, the account ID still shows as all zeros. That's because we need to restart the PS4. Let's go ahead and restart the console. Alright, now let's activate the jailbreak and HEN again. Since we just restarted the PS4, just follow the same jailbreak steps we did earlier using the computer. Okay, now that the jailbreak and HEN are active again, let's log back in as user 2. Once we're logged into user 2, the next step is to create a new Lua game save. As you can see in Settings, Storage, Save Data, there's currently no save data for the Lua-compatible game. To create it, we simply need to run the game. Once it launches, just start playing for a few seconds. Most games have an auto-save feature that will create the save data automatically. Alright, I think that's enough. Let's close the game now. Head back to Save Data. And as you can see, the game save has been created. Next, we need to patch this original Lua game save with the Lua loader script. To do that, we first need to copy the save file to our flash drive. But in order to decrypt the save file, which we need, we have to use Apollo Save Tool. So launch Apollo Save Tool again. Make sure the flash drive is still plugged into the PS4. Then go to HDD Saves and select your Lua-compatible game. You can identify it either by the Japanese title or the game ID. Now choose Copy Save Game to USB. Then select Copy to USB 0. If that doesn't work, try Copy to USB 1 instead. You'll see a message confirming the copy process has completed. Click OK. And now unplug the flash drive from the PS4 and plug it into your computer. Let's head back to the PC. Now we're going to patch the save data on the flash drive with the Lua loader script. First, we need to download the script from Shahrilnet's GitHub. Click Code, then choose Download Zip. We'll also download the modified Lua loader script by Danny Cybor, which automatically loads the jailbreak and HEN payload. After downloading both, go ahead and extract the contents of the compressed files. The autoload Lua loader script is password protected, but don't worry, I've already gotten permission from Danny Cybor to share this file. Once both files are extracted, open the original game save that's located on your flash drive under PS4 Apollo. Open the save data folder inside. This is where we're going to place the Lua loader scripts. Let's start by copying the Lua loader script from Shahrilnet. Open the extracted folder. Then go into the save data directory inside. Copy all the files in there to the original save game folder on your flash drive. Next, let's copy the autoload script as well. Open the folder you just extracted. Select all files and folders inside and copy them into the same save game folder like before. When prompted, choose Replace the files in the destination. Now for the final step, we need to copy the HENVTX payload to the auto folder that's already in here. Make sure the payload you copy matches your PS4 firmware version. In my case, I'm using the one for firmware 12.02. After copying, we need to rename the file to hen.bin. Since there's already a hen.bin file in the folder, delete the old one first. Then, rename the newly copied payload to hen.bin. Alright, we're done. We've successfully created an autoload jailbreak save game. Now we just need to copy it back to the PS4. So let's return to the console. Plug the flash drive that contains the patched save game back into the PS4. Open the Apollo Save Tool again. Now we're going to copy the patched save game back to the PS4. To do this, choose USB Saves. Then select your Lua game title. Next, choose Copy Save Game to HDD. Alright, the copy process is complete. Now our PS4 has a save game with the autoload Lua script. so let's test it out. Since Jailbreak and HEN are still active right now, we'll first restart the PS4, so it returns to a non-jailbroken state. After the PS4 reboots, log back in as user 2, since that's the account where we created the autoload save game earlier. Before activating the jailbreak, let's first disconnect the PS4 from the network. And just to show you, the debug settings menu is currently not available. Now let's launch the Lua game and see if the jailbreak and HEN activate automatically without a computer. The game exits, and the PS4 Lua loader notification appears. This shows the autoload script is working. Let's wait for all the final notifications to appear. Alright, jailbreak and HEN activation using the autoload Lua script was successful. Let's go to the settings menu and check, yes, the debug settings option is now visible. Since the autoload script is working as intended, we can now delete the modded user account as it's no longer needed. To do this, go to Settings, Login Settings, User Management, Delete User. Select the user you want to remove, in this case, modded. Then choose Delete, and confirm by selecting Yes. Done. Now there's only one user account left on our PS4. Alright, that's it for this tutorial. Now your PS4 is fully jailbroken and equipped with an autoload system, so you can activate Jailbreak and HEN instantly without needing a PC or any extra tools. I hope this guide was clear and helpful for you. If you found this video useful, don't forget to leave a like, share it with others, and subscribe for more tutorials like this. If you have any questions or run into any problems, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.